Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options. It is May 18th. Hey, I had a little bit of a problem this morning with a power outage, so I'm running a good hour behind. So I'm going to do the video this morning first. The note will likely be a little bit late, but I'll do my best to get that out. But I wanted to get this done for those of you who rely on this video in the morning. So obviously, we had a awful day yesterday. That kind of goes without saying. Looking at this, even on a 2 day, that is a brutal. That's a brutal 2 day chart, and we're looking really, really sick here. And sadly enough, this morning looks like we're going to gap down even further on the morning, and we're going to run into this level of support. Now, I think there's a fairly good chance this level of support will catch us at least temporarily. Um, that's not to say that we won't or couldn't slice through it before we come back up, but there is a chance that we slice through and we come down here and we test this down in here. Okay. Now, if we look at it, a T-line chart, you can see that we've already crushed through the 50-day moving average. Any test down in here, I would suspect will receive some kind of an oversold bounce. So I think we could probably expect some kind of a little bit of bounce relief unless everything out of Washington just continues to get worse. We should get some kind of slight bounce out of that. So let's watch and be careful. Again, this morning, I don't plan to do much of anything until this settles down. Jumping into this right now would be chasing, and that's the last thing I want to do. When I said yesterday, this reversal is one of those that is one of the cruelest out there, and it's very cruel. It puts everyone, in defensive position immediately, in a panic mode immediately. You don't see this kind of thing often, and this is an event-driven change. It gave us warning because of the resistance up here, but it gave us, we had no way of knowing this event would occur. So all we can do here is now maintain our discipline, and as not to chase, not to rush, wait for the next trade. And because this has moved so far, there's a good chance the waiting for the next trade will take a little bit of time, okay? So take a breath. There may not be much for trading here over the next few days as this volatility spills out, But hopefully we can get back to some good trading soon. Now, if you're thinking short, we don't want to even consider really moving heavily into support until we get shorting until we get some kind of a rally. We get a rally into another failure point at resistance, then we've got a very clear shorting point. Until then, to short right now is just chasing, and then you end up getting short right before the market bounces. Okay, so be real careful here. So it looks like we're going to gap down into this little support area this morning, and we're going to want to just kind of sit on our hands until we get through that. The SPY not only sliced through that, but look at this long-term trend here on the SPY. That long-term trend looks like it's going to give up today. We're going to gap down below it. Any rally back, we're going to look for this area right in here, somewhere in this area, to serve as a resistance. And that's where we would look for a potential short, unless we can recover all the way back up. It doesn't look likely at this point, but you never know. So be real careful with this morning. IWM, well, what do you say about that? It just gave it up completely. Looks like IWM will probably come down here and test this level of support. I see nothing in the way to stop it from coming on down here at a minimum. And hopefully it'll catch a bounce right there. The Qs have been obviously the strongest index, but even it just turned over yesterday and completely gave it up. And this morning it's looking for a bounce. Now, here's one of the problems with not having any pullback in here. There's really no price support. We've got a little tiny bit right there, you know, in between those two lines. But we've already sliced through that. So there's really no price support until this comes all the way back down here. Now, I don't expect it to do that before it bounces, but that is certainly possible, and that's one of the things I hate about those runs like that, is they don't provide any pullback. They don't provide good support in that price action. So, you know, we could be in for some brutal days still ahead. Let's see, on the, you can tell I'm really behind this morning. On the economic calendar, this morning we have our normal jobless claims, and we have the Philly Fed survey. The Philly Fed survey is going to be the most important thing on the agenda today. And then we've got a Fed speaker out here this afternoon. But this Philly Fed survey, if that comes in negative, you know, be careful, because the market could really respond harshly to that, being this emotional. If the number comes in good, it's perhaps, and I would expect it to not be too bad, then we could see the market begin to hold a little bit. So that comes out just before the market opens, an hour before the market opens, and hopefully that will kind of keep things stable a little bit this morning. Now, let's take a look at earnings. On the earnings front, we've got 61 companies reporting today, and Wally World already did. Walmart was expecting 96 cents on earnings, and it came out with a $1 earning report. So just slightly beat. I don't know what the revenues were like, but it looks like, you know, we're going to be okay here with Walmart, and particularly if we look at this on the weekly like we should be. I wanted to pull back into this support level. I wanted to pull back into this trend. It looks like that could still occur. That earnings report is not such a blowout as to prevent that from pulling back into there. So perfect. And let that come back down into here, and I'll be looking to add to that trade as soon as the market improves just a little bit. Okay. Well, that's what we got going this morning. Apologize, the note will be late. Everyone have a great day. Looks like it's going to be a rough day in the market, at least initially. So be careful. And I will see everyone at Right Way Options a little bit later this morning. And then this evening, I've got the Pop Out of the Box workshop. So if any of you are signed up for that, I'll see you there. And if not, get a hold of us if you're still interested in it. Get a hold of us, and we'll see if we can get you the link to to get you signed up. Okay, everyone, I will talk to you soon. Take care.